Hi, hello, welcome to my second lecture on alcohol phenol ethers objectives. Okay, let us see the first question, that is paracrisol reacts with chloroform in alkaline medium to give a compound A. First of all, we should know what is paracrisol. Paracrisol is nothing but the phenol with a methyl group at para position. Already they are showing in the options. Okay, so this one. So when this chloroform with alkaline CHCl3 and NaOH is treated, then from this we can attach one group called as aldehyde group at the ortho position of this one. This is very clear. That means uh, give a compound adds to hydrogen cyanide. After this reaction, we will check with the hydrogen cyanide method. So here a CH3 is there, here OH, here we will get CH2. So this is said to be compound A, and which treated with hydrogen cyanide, what will be the product? As you know, with hydrogen cyanide we will get cyanohydrins. So this is CH3. With hydrogen cyanide we will get cyanohydrins. Cyanohydrins means what? This addition reaction of aldehyde, this addition reaction of aldehyde with hydrogen cyanide gives cyanohydrins. So OH group is also attached to this carbon. After that, this compound we can call it as B. According to this, the later on acidic hydrolysis gives chiral carboxylic acid. So any kind of acidic hydrolysis of the cyanides gives carboxylic acids. You know, the cyanide group will convert into carboxylic group. Okay, so this will be CH3. This is OH, and here we have already CH is there with one OH, and a carboxylic acid is also there. So that means this is the structure of that carboxylic acid. They are given 8 to us. So what is the right option for this question? Option number 3. C is the right option. Let us see the next question. In the Victor-Mayer test, the color given by primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols respectively. As you know, in Victor-Mayer test, first we will take alcohol, okay, and this alcohol will be treated with iodide. Then after silver nitrate, proceeded by the sodium hydroxide. So after doing all these things, what will happen? If it is primary, that will give red color. If it is secondary, that will give blue color. If it is tertiary, that will give white color or colorless. So as per the Victor-Mayer test, we can say that this is a red, blue, white test. So red, blue, colorless, where it is there, that is the right option. Let us move to the next question. The main product of the following reaction is, if you observe the reaction over the arrow mark, they are given constant H2SO4. That means if you write it C6H5 CH2 CHOH, again uh, something like CH3, it's like this it is there. That means if you remove this carbon, here saturation will be formed, or this hydrogen, or if you remove hydrogen from this carbon, here unsaturation will be formed. So that means there are two chances are there. Let us see what is the chance. So if you remove hydrogen from here, then it will be C6 H5 CH double bond C H CH3 twice, like this. This is the compound. Okay, so this is the compound obtained. So this compound, whatever is there, this can have two types of attachments, stereoisomers, cis and trans. You can write C6H5. This is H double bond C. This is H. This is C CH3 twice. Okay, H is also there with this. So H is also there. That means I've taken this one as one group, this one as one group. So in this, what will happen? This can called as transform. If you write cis also, possibility is there. Usually trans are said to be major compounds, major products, main products. But we have a doubt is there. That means this we can accept it definitely as this concept we will call it as stereo selective. In addition to that one more we have, that is nothing but the Sedgwick rule. In Sedgwick rule, highly alkylated alkyl group is the alkene is the most important major product. So if you check with this one, this hydrogen and this OH if you remove, then what is the product is, that is C6H5 CH2, and here we have CH, this is CH3, this is CH3. This is what exactly shown like the B option. This is shown in our D option, and this B option whatever shown, that is called as ratio selective. Ratio selective. So in addition to the ratio selective, we will go with the stereo selective concepts in this dehydration when we have the cis transform is obtaining in the dehydration. So we will go with that type of methodology, and we will give the right option as transform, that is A. That's why we will neglect ratio selective concept and we'll go with the stereo selective concept in this methodology. Let us move to the next question. In either C5H10 H11 H12O, either formula they are given C5 H12O, either formula given. When heated with excess of hot concentrated HI, so if it is heated with HI, they are setting it is producing alkyl halides. That means alkyl halide may be anything. That is a 3 carbon alkyl halide, it may be C3H7I. Another one we can write C2H5I also, like this. Okay, so you can break this one like this. Another one is nothing but water, the other product. Telling that which are treated with sodium hydroxide. So when you treat these alkyl halides with sodium hydroxide, what will happen? This will form B and C. So they are said to form B and C. Sodium hydroxide reaction happened, means C3H7, the I will become OH. Here also, when the reaction happened with sodium hydroxide, it will become C2H5OH. And on oxidation, B and C, these are B and C, on oxidation, give propanone. Propanone means 3 carbon compound will become propanone, means like this one. And ethanoic acid, when we do oxidation, it will happen. Ethanoic acid means acetic acid, CH3COOH. On seeing this one, we can understand that the compound is nothing but a ether. That means the compound given is ether. What kind of ether it is means when we will get ketones, that time that alcohol should be secondary alcohol, and we get carboxylic acid means that is a primary, as we know. That is, first we will get aldehyde, then after we will get carboxylic acid in that case. So what is the secondary alcohol in this one? Secondary alcohol C3 H7 OH is there, that should be CH3 CHOH CH3. This is isopropyl alcohol. Definitely it is isopropyl alcohol only. Okay, that means this alcohols obtained, one should be isopropyl alcohol, the other should be ethyl alcohol. That means the other one is ethyl alcohol. This is C2H5. So if you observe the removal from this, if you attach these two, we will get CH3 CH3. This will be OC2H5. So if you consider this is the main carbon chain, on the second carbon we have ethoxy is there. This is ethoxy. So 2-ethoxy propane is the actual name of IUPAC name of this ether we can give. So this is the right option for the question. Let us move to the next question. Which one of the following statements is not correct? Let us see the statements. Alcohols are weaker acids than water. Definitely we know that alcohols are weaker acid than water, because in case of alcohols the pKa values are completely differing with the water pKa values. Alcohol pKa value is different, water pKa value is different. Acid strength of alcohols decreases in the order. We know that primary alcohols are more acidic than secondary alcohol than tertiary alcohol. This is also okay. Third one, see, carbon oxygen bond length in methanol is shorter. Methanol means this is sp3 carbon. This is sp3 carbon in methanol. Do remember, sp3 carbon is there means carbon oxygen bond should be longer. But in the case of shorter than, CO bond length in phenol, means phenol, if you take phenol like this, if you write phenol OH, as phenol is having sp2 carbon, so this is a shorter bond than this one. So this bond is longer bond, this bond is shorter bond. From this we can easily understand carbon oxygen bond length in methanol is shorter than carbon oxygen bond length in phenol is given wrongly. So that is not correct. This is the answer for this question. Fourth option, if you see, the bond angle in methanol is 108.9 degrees. So methyl alcohol is sp3 hybrid is 109 degrees approximately given. So it is correct one. So for this question, third option is the right option. Let us move to the next question. Which of the following combinations cannot be used for preparing ethers? You see the first option. In the first option we have phenol is there with methyl sulfate. Okay, so in this what will happens? Definitely phenol reacts with methyl sulfates as these are acids. It will become weak base. Then phenol forms this ether. That means C6H5OH, CH3 twice SO4 can give C6H5OCH3 any solve plus methyl alcohol CH3 methyl hydrogen sulfate. So methyl hydrogen sulfate. But coming to the second one, alkyl aryl bromide phenyl bromobenzene is given with ethyl alcohol. So bromobenzene aryl halides are said to be less reactive. This reaction is not possible. And if you see the third one, we have para-nitro compound given. So that means to the bromobenzene, NO2 is present here for 1,4 positions. It is there. So definitely, if you treat this one with ethyl alcohol, what will happen? There is a possibility of formation of ether here, as the ethoxy group is there. That ethoxy group is stronger nucleophile than Br. Br is a good leaving group. So you can write this is the ether. So here A we have written and C we have written ethers. Correct, possibility is there. When it comes to the fourth option, we have a tertiary carbon is there. So tertiary carbon compounds usually undergo SN1 mechanism. After that they will convert into the alkenes. So ether is not possible in the D case. So which of the following combinations cannot be prepared preparing an ether? That is nothing but B and D are not possible. E and C is possible. So right option for this question is B and D. Let us move to the next question. Which of the following cannot be prepared by typical Williamson reaction? As you know, a Williamson reaction cannot be given by aryl compounds or allyl compounds, or we have a tertiary carbon compound is there. Tertiary carbon is there, like I said earlier. This will undergo elimination reaction. This will undergo elimination reaction. So it is not possible with allyl, aryl, not possible with this tertiary things and all. So which of the following cannot be prepared by typical Williamson synthesis means first one A, B, C also. In C we have allyl group is vinyl group is given to us. Okay, so this is vinyl group. I can say this is vinyl group. In vinyl group also it is not possible. So what is the right answer for this question is A, B, C. Moving on to the next question. Pick up the correct statements in the following reaction. Let us see. When we take this type of ring, we have a double bond is present here, and once the double bond is shifted here, then we will get a carbocation. Here we will get a carbocation. That is a secondary carbocation. So carbon-carbon double bond linkage is said to be protonated. and we got a secondary carbocation. So this is said to be linked with this benzene ring. What will happen is nothing but here there will be a ring closing concept also takes place, as we have OH group is there in this attached to this benzene ring here. This will allows the ring closing phenomena. So it will closes the ring. After the ring closing happened, then it is a cyclic compound will be formed. This is the cyclic compound obtained in this one. So we can expect that protonation occurs at carbon-carbon linkage B, and the structure obtained will be D type of structure, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, and this will be inverted, this bond. That's why this bond came like this. Okay, this is B and D is the right option for this question. Let us move on to the next one. So here they have given one ring with OH here also, and here protonation also taking place. So about transformation involves, so they are given result also after the reaction. In this, what will takes place? As you know, once the OH gone here means here we will get a secondary carbocation. After the methyl shift, once the methyl shift happened here, then here we will get a positive carbon, that is a tertiary carbocation. And in the beginning we know that this H plus ion will be attacked, that is called as protonation of this compound. So on seeing all these things, we can tell that protonation takes place, and secondary carbocation will be formed. Also tertiary carbocation is formed. After the formation of tertiary carbocation, what will happen? This will be linked to this benzene ring. So this cyclic ring to give the final product. So in this we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carbons are there. So here also the same thing. This will be inverted, and this bond goes this direction. One methyl group will be shifted, and that methyl group will be present at the fourth position in this ring. Okay, this position. So this is what we can say the right option for the questions B, C, D are the right option for this question. In this question, neopentyl alcohol दिया गया, neopentyl alcohol, which is reacting with this compound, this bulky group is there in this, reacts with this one alcohol, gives HX, reacts with HX according to which method? What is the actual method of reaction? So neopentyl alcohol and this type of alcohol, which will reacts with HX according to which mechanism? For example, if you take neopentyl alcohol, these tertiary alcohols, usually they will undergo SN1 reaction mechanism, even though that neopentyl alcohol is a primary alcohol. So this is neopentyl alcohol. So if this is the neopentyl alcohol, even though it is a primary alcohol, it is not said to undergo SN2 reaction. It's said to undergo SN1 reaction only. in SN1 reaction. Why? Because of this bulky nature is there, bulky group is there. Because of this bulky group or steric hindrance in this neopentyl alcohol, this will produces carbocation immediately. So let us see, it is 3 times C. This they are given already here. That is CH2 plus. After that, what will happen? If you write it elaborately, it will undergo methyl shift also. Methyl shift to get the stable carbocation. So, for example, methyl shift happened means a stable carbocation will be formed here. CH2, CH3, CH3. This is a tertiary carbocation also will be formed from this neopentyl alcohol. So, what is the right answer for this question is immediately it will reacts with HX as per the SN1 mechanism. So, A is the right option for this question. Okay. Let us see this question. Jeisel method for the determination of methoxyl groups. So, in this question they are telling Jeisel method is for the determination of this methoxyl groups. As you know, in either alkyl halides concepts and all, we have the reaction with silver nitrates. Okay, so if the Jeisel method is discussed, this is particularly discussed only for the determination of number of methoxyl groups, alkoxy groups, when an alkyl halide is treated with silver nitrate. After this is obtained from an ether, then it will give silver iodide with alkyl nitrate. But we need this one. This indicates that how many moles of silver iodide is obtained in the reaction Jeisel method, that will become equals to that many number of moles of this methoxy group is also present in the given compound. That is the meaning of it. So from this we can understand that Jeisel method is for the determination of number of methoxy groups in the given compound. So let us see, a sample is given to us, that is around 2.68 grams is there. That 2.68 grams of sample is giving 14.08 grams of silver iodide. So silver iodide is obtained in the reaction. The sample when treated with silver nitrate, silver iodide is obtained. They are telling what is if the molecular weight of the compound is 134. So if its molecular weight is 134 grams per mole, then find the number of OCH3 groups in the compound. That means if you find this one, this value, you will get mass of silver iodide. That mass you can convert into number of moles. So let us find out that one. So that is X is equals to 14.08 into 134 divided by 2.68. So what is its answer? We'll see. So its answer I got 704 grams. 704 grams. So this is silver iodide mass. So from mass you can find number of moles. What is the number of moles of silver iodide? You know, number of moles is equals to weight by molar mass of the compound. Silver is 108, iodine is 127. So is 107, 126 is there. So approximately 235 will come. So 235 if you take. So then 704 by 235. What is the answer? So I got 3 is the answer. So that means how many methoxy groups are present in the given compound means this is the 3 is the number of methoxy groups present in the compound. Okay, this is the answer for this question. Thank you. We will see some other important questions from the same topic in the next day. Thank you.